How effective is the combination of your main product and ancillary text?
We wanted to create a friendly and genuine personality to be portrayed through our front cover. We've decided to choose an image which includes leaves and our artist. We decided to use leaves because they're natural and they reflect a natural person. We think the look suits his genre of music as a singer and songwriter with natural and kind surroundings. We find our artist appeals to most ages. It's not over the top, so it still has a link to older audience members, but it's not so dull and boring to take away from our young audience. Crouching down and playing in the leaves shows and creates a fun image. It's not too serious, which could push away the audience members. Positive connotations. We've used positive connotations which focus on the personality as well as the music he writes.
In terms of our music video, there's lots of connotations you can take from that. First of all is the dress code. It's quite formal but also quite relaxed with the scarf and no jacket. We've also got lots of props such as the piano, which suggests quite wealthy and quite luxurious as well. The positioning of the camera with lots of close-up shots, which shows that he's perhaps performing to the artist and he's got a sense of relationship with his audience.
We have various pictures of him throughout the video. We've got the video and the digipack. He's wearing sunglasses in some and is not in others. In the video, we decided for him not to wear sunglasses. This was, we felt, to create an emotional link to the audience. Whereas on our front cover, we have him wearing sunglasses. This gives him a kind of cool look, which appeals to our younger audience.
For our font, especially on our front cover, we've created it to be quite playful, not too serious, as it adds a bit of a fun twist, reflecting the artist's personality. His image, we've dressed him in fashionable clothes, with colours which relate to the leaves around him, so quite autumnal colours, and added a mysterious look with glasses. We think it's quite similar to the style of James Blunt's font. This is a serious singer-songwriter. He has a fun feature with his writing being in the 60s psychedelic font.
In terms of our three products, between our video, our digipack and the advert, we've used the same font throughout all three. We've used the same sort of dress code throughout all three of them. We've made it all about our artists pretty much, which is what singer-songwriters do. They've got that personality that links throughout their whole artist image.
Yeah, we've used him, the position size, we've used him in the centre, using the rule of thirds. We've ensured that he's always in the centre. The audience, if they look, they'll look straight at him, which is obviously what we want.
Yeah, the colours we've used are warm and autumnal. It adds to a sense of coziness to his image, implying his music is easily listening and mellow, reflecting on the season. Again, on the composition, using the rule of thirds, our artist is slightly off centre, but still central. The title's in the top left, and the artist is in the bottom middle centre. It keeps two conventions totally separate, so they don't take concentration away from each other. Both are noticeable in their own right instead of blending in together.
There are various similarities throughout all of our different texts. We've ensured, obviously, that we've said before, he's wearing fairly similar stuff. He's formal-ish, he's smart casual, so he looks approachable, but not too unfashionable, I guess. We have also ensured throughout that he's wearing the same kind of stuff, and yeah, using the same props, exactly like that.
On the front cover again, we've used a mid to high angle shot and making artists seem slightly smaller, which reflects him being unique and not wanting to be the centre of attention. This suits his genre. If, for example, he was more of a dance or pop genre like Lady Gaga, she always wants to be central in her videos. She always wants to be centre of attention. This isn't necessarily the case for our artist. It's more about the influence of his music rather than of the attention being on him. It allows the background. This also allows the background image to be involved more, as it creates a very good scene. Whereas if we focus just on our artist, we wouldn't have much of a setting to go around, so we wouldn't be able to feel comfortable in his natural surroundings. So yeah, we think this is quite important for the audience to feel.
We've ensured that our artist fits to our genre. we've done this by obviously having him in the centre in general. Whereas if you look at people like Bruno Mars, in some of his pictures, he is around the front. With Josh Groban as well, he's fairly central. There's a lot of focus on the artist, and we have done this, although we have also added a nice scenery for our images and our text.
Yeah, so there's the main convention is a lot of artists use their digipack and their video and their adverts to combine the artist's image, and we've done that with all 3 of our things because we've got the same. We've basically emphasised him a lot. It's all about him. It's personal, and it connects with his audience and his fans.
We haven't cropped our front cover image as we wanted to use the whole scene. We thought this adds to a friendlier story and more of the image portrayed. Yeah.
For sightlines with our images, we've actually been quite mysterious on our front cover. He's wearing sunglasses, and you can't see where he's particularly looking. His head is facing the other way, and it's not towards the audience. This is different, actually, to many in our genre of music, where they often look straight at the viewer, which creates a link. But we've done this with our music video, so we haven't felt the need to do this with our digipack. Especially on our back cover, we haven't included him, but we've got the link with the grand piano and the leaves to the front.
Yeah, so for all 3 of our texts, we've emphasised that piano. So on the back cover, we've got the piano. In our video, we've got the artist playing the piano quite a lot. And also on the disc, we have the piano keys. So we've emphasised that piano quite a lot. It's quite a significant image that is associated with our artist, and we've combined that through all our texts.
We've also linked this in well with the leaves, 2 contrasting colours. Obviously, our grand piano is solid black, whereas all our leaves are autumnal colours, red, oranges and yellows. So this creates quite a nice contrast. Again, we've used the leaf theme throughout our whole digipack, which is really good. And we didn't necessarily use it in our video, but we used the same colour scheme. So we applied a sepia filter onto it, so it's staying within the same darker autumnal colours.
In terms of audience feedback, we've got a lot of great feedback about our video in terms of performance and the artist's image. A lot of people said that they really liked the way our artist played the piano throughout this, and they also like the connection that they get from him performing in front of the camera. Loads of shots that we used, we see him playing the piano as well as other shots that we used.
Yeah, we ensured there are a lot of close-ups where he's looking directly at the camera, which gives an emotional feel.
Again, on our back cover, we've made sure that we've included all of our legal elements. We've done it for applying to the younger ages again for our audience. We've included a BlackBerry barcode so they can scan it using their smartphones. We've also done it in the normal barcode, so anyone of an older generation can still purchase the CD. We've also applied on our writing, we've used the same fonts throughout, which is good, and we've even created our own font to create our own record label sign, which is quite interesting. It contrasts the rest of the writing on the back cover.
Yeah, and looking at our feedback from our digipack, a lot of people said that it is an authentic digipack. They liked how we used the same images throughout the whole digipack in terms of the front cover, back cover and all the inlays. They liked how we were getting sort of an extra into the artist. We were getting all these different shots of him. We sort of get his personal side of the artist.
And we had made many other pictures. We had loads of different versions, but we decided to go for this after getting lots of feedback and then redoing it and getting more feedback and then redoing it to ensure that our digipack really was right for the genre, because it's gives them more emotional and it's more feeling.
Yeah, we tried on one of our front covers. We first tried just including the artist's head, but having the background being more like technical rather than natural. But we felt that this gave off a more of a dance theme. After doing more research, we noticed it was quite similar to Jason Derulo's album cover. However, we did change it into something which suited our artist a little bit more, but we didn't feel it was quite right. It didn't quite set off what our artist actually wanted to portray. and so we had to change it a lot. So we spoke to various people, asking them for different influences on what they thought of our digipack. And instead of actually adding different effects and making it less and less natural, we decided to strip it back to basics and have more natural themes and pictures, which actually created our artists to seem much more friendly, which we thought was very good.
Yeah, for our advert, we used a picture where our artist is pictured with a girl. They appear to be together, which is kind of what we intended, really, because it makes our artist seem more real, as a real person, which is what we wanted. We wanted our audience to feel as if our artist is a normal person that's not a famous, he's not it's just a normal person like me or you.
We've decided to do this. Looking at other people, for Start Image, they create their own images around them, and it may not necessarily be them as a person. It may be a total cover-up. For example, again, Lady Gaga, possibly Jessie J, where they create a whole image and an ego around them, which reflects on them as an artist, but not necessarily as a person. And that's fine for like their genre of music, because that's what it relates to. But in ours is more emotional. So we wanted to take it basics and be able to show our artist personality. So yeah, we felt this was really important. Again, this links in with our natural settings, showing that our artist doesn't need to have loads of props, loads of extras, for him to be a good artist.
Well, the natural setting was a suggestion from our feedback, because a lot of people said that the leaves and the sort of autumn sort of setting was quite ages, worked before and with other artists, and we thought that it would work with our artists. As well as a lot of good feedback, we did get some criticisms of our digipack and our video. Mainly with our video, we felt that we weren't able to do some shots that we wanted to do, like tracking. We didn't have a dolly that was available to us, and obviously some parts could have been clearer, like the narrative. They felt that some of the artist bits could have been a bit more emphasised, and a bit on his piano skills that could have been a bit more improved.
But that was because our artist that we had chosen to act for us, he couldn't actually play the piano, so we ensured that it looked as though he did play the piano, but we couldn't get many close-ups, and we had to get someone else to play the piano where we did have a close-up. We did have other criticisms, as he said. Some people said that some parts of the song was out of sync with the music, so he was singing along, but it wasn't correctly in time with the music, which some people didn't like.
We then restored this when we went back to editing on Final Cut Express. So we made sure that all of our lip syncing was in time, and it created a much more authentic video. Just quickly going back to our advert, we've made sure that we've included the release dates, again the BlackBerry barcode, again our record label, but also the artist's own website, so we feel like our audience members can go and feel more interacted with our artist personally. We've also included a picture of the front cover and where you can buy the CD from, so we've got a link to iTunes there. As well as this, we've also added on ratings from different music magazines, and not necessarily just music magazines and newspapers, which appeal to all areas of our audience. Obviously, if we were just aiming for a specific age, then we'd maybe just stick to some magazines, or if we were aiming for a particular gender, then maybe we'd stick to other magazines. But as our artist appeals to such a wide audience, we felt we had to include a majority of newspapers and magazines.
Yeah, one big feature of the advert is to include that digipack. Through our research, we've seen lots of artists use it, like Plan B, like Gwen Stefani and all of them. So we felt that we had to include that because it combines our advert and our digipack.
Moving on to one of our inlays, we've decided to include credits, so explain who was used within the making of the video, what the record company, etc., etc. photographers, producers, directors, and special thanks. We felt this was really important as we had to interact with our audience a bit more. For this image, we've used leaves, but not in such a bulk format. So we've had, instead of them being in such like close, close together, we've spread them out more across the grass. And to make this image a bit more interesting, we've included our artist shadow. So we're not necessarily focusing all of our attention on our artist, yet we're making it a bit more mysterious by only looking at his outline and his silhouette against the leaves.
So this has been the answer for how effective is your combination of your main product and ancillary text. Thank you for watching.